when you have way too many people working for you that you don't need, you know, and I have a really good group of people in that way. I mean, my assistant Erica, who's she's from New Orleans, and I'll be like, I'll do a scene and I'll come down and I'll go, "What'd you think?" And she goes, "Oh, I was reading, I didn't see it."
Yeah.
And I go, and part of me is like, "Well, fucking watch, man." And then the other part of me is like, that's okay. You're doing stuff
Yeah.
that you have to do. And my job is just to get up there and do my work. We just did this thing quickly, Knives Out 3. And it was a
Oh man.
very, very, very challenging role with an amazing director and amazing actors. And I had to give these big speeches and getting up. And I was terrified, man. I've been after 40 years. I was terrified to get up there. And I was like, do I know my stuff? Am I well enough prepped? And all this kind of stuff. And I loved there was something because I think content is soft today for the most part. Maybe that will change soon. I've heard there's some really good movies coming out. But the challenge was I felt adolescent again. And I felt like
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. And I felt like I wanted to go read another acting book to try and, you know, get my footing again. And I liked it. I liked being scared again. I like,
Yeah.
you know, and I think it's a thing that I keep trying to throw myself into again and again, whether you're writing a book and knowing that people are going to come around and go, this is stupid.
Yeah, there's got to be an element of danger to it, or why are you doing it? To go to your point about staying normal, that is one of the wonderful things about having kids. They just don't give a shit about your professional self. Like I saw someone the other day, and he was with his kid, and I asked his kid, I was like, uh, do you listen to your dad's podcast, or do you watch it? And he was like, oh yeah, I love it. And my son was like, what? You know, he was like, you care about what your dad, like, because my kids don't give a shit at all. Like my son the other day goes, Dad, what do you think the worst book in our bookstore is? I mean, besides yours. You know, like that they're just like relentlessly busting my balls just all the time. So it's wonderful. But he like to watch in my son's eyes the fact that another kid his age didn't do that was like amazing to him. And I was like, this is actually the more healthy thing. I don't need more people telling me my stuff is good. I need the yawn of indifference from my own family, you know.
The yawn of indifference. No, man, when you surround yourself with that, and there's something so satisfying about it at the end of the day, because you're again, when you're humbled, there's no better feeling than being humbled. You can talk a good game. There's a lot of people, and that's what I love about you too, man, is that, you know, there's a lot of people I know, and there's a lot of people I know, and not that this is self-help necessarily, but that talk a good game, you know, and then you get to know them, and then you get to know what's behind the scenes, and you realize that they're not walking their talk. They're just not. It's just something that they like to pontificate, and they like to be perceived in a certain way. And if you're not walking your talk, to me, you're not worth a shit, you know?
No, I totally know. That's the hard part. Writing about it's easy. Doing it's hard.